just a forewarning to anyone who's listening, this is going to get a little rambly, I think, and I'm just kind of going to talk about what's been on my mind. I have been making videos consistently for the last several months, about 5-ish maybe, and there's been a lot of good and a lot of challenges that have come with that. One of these challenges that have come up, though, is something that I knew I was going to face, but I didn't quite understand what it was going to look like. And that is the role of attention. Attention can be a dangerous thing, because, you know, YouTube serves it up in a very easy way of just being able to see, like, numbers come at you, you know? And I think it's just human instinct to like the big numbers, like the big numbers. I think the joke is bigger number, better person, right? And yeah, that's to be honest with you all, that's been something difficult. I've had a few videos that have really done well, and some videos that I really like. I like how they turned out, and they haven't done so well. And it's been a long kind of process of learning this, and I think this is just part of me learning this lesson, is trying to articulate it, is that the numbers are not the game I'm playing. They're not the game I'm supposed to be playing, at least. You know? There are people who do play that game, and I don't blame them. I think that's a fair point. Especially if your financial situation is on the line. I think of people like Mr. Beast, of course, right? Someone who has maximized the way he runs the algorithm to create a video that will appeal to the most people. But the angle that I've been trying to view this whole video creation thing has been through the lens of art, right? I want to get better at something. I want to, oh, and that's another thing too, right? I say I want to get better, but that now, how do I gauge being better? And numbers are a really easy way of, like, sidetracking all that or sidestepping it. You can just look at the bigger number and you're like, the big number means I'm doing better. But there's something about, like, the integrity of art. And, you know, some art can be popular, right? You have movies that I find to be extremely artistic and beautiful, and they're popular. So I'm not trying to make that point. Like, if anybody is starting to get that impression, that's not the case. But there's something that's on the other side of it, which is like, I want to be true to what I want to make. And I think I've done that. But it's been, again, a long time coming. And, you know, there's a question of, like, I make a video and I'm kind of standing behind it. I like the video, but I also know not everyone is going to like the next thing. And am I selling a product that not everybody's going to enjoy? And, you know, I'm starting to treat this as like as a train, you know? My channel is going to change constantly because I am changing and I have different interests. And in the end, you know, people stay as long as they like what they like, and they can leave whenever. And I'm trying to come to terms with that. This sounds really self-centered, but I think this is just some processing I need to do. My friend Christian on a podcast was talking about how he was able to get an interview with a relatively famous person, who's kind of been in the news lately around a certain kind of part of the internet, and he was explaining, like, how upon getting this interview or setting up this interview, it was extremely stressful all of a sudden. Like he had felt this kind of pressure of like, well, what's going to happen to his channel, and it might blow up, and is he ready to grow and to support growth? And I think I don't know where he exactly landed on that. I want to talk to him about it soon, but I know that feeling. That feeling happened to me. And there's times where I'm like, I wish I didn't have access to some of this information. I wish I could make things without worrying about the attention of other people. But the problem is that we're always coming back to is it's all a two-way street, right? I can make art just for myself and I can enjoy it, but there's something about like the communication. Like art is a form of communication. It's a way of expressing something that is important to you in a way that other people can understand it. I think the Fallout videos I've made are that very thing. It takes something that is very, I don't know, myself. I'm all about mashing together things that don't work together and seeing if something can come out of it. And to see that connected with people, I you know, rightfully, I'm very happy. But then you can get attached to that too much. And yeah. And so now I'm kind of in a place where I'm like, well, what do I make? You know? Because I know what will make people happy. Or will make some people happy, you know? But sometimes those things aren't what I want to make. And I'm so glad I haven't fallen into that yet. Like, I haven't reached a point where I'm like, oh, this thing is something I don't want to do. But people will be happy. But it's a question I come back to. What do I do with all this? Which way do I go? I'm like, I don't know what videos I want to make. After the Stoicism video I'm working on, I don't know what's next. And I don't think I've quite been in this place before where I'm like, I feel quite as lost on what's going forward. There's a section from a podcast that I've listened to a lot. It might be a little unexpected. It's not any creation stuff. It's a conversation that was with Bishop Robert Barron. And I'm going to butcher whatever he said. But he's talking about prayer. And, you know, for all you people who don't like the word prayer, you can just put in meditation. I think it fits in. It doesn't work quite as well, but, you know, you can understand the same idea. And he says, you know, prayer is meaningful because it's purposeless. Which sounds weird, especially to maybe most of you are American. I've seen the numbers, you know, I look at these numbers. And I think especially our culture, you know, you need to have a purpose and you need to be it's the hustle culture, right? I need to be constantly using all my time to develop myself for, you know, and we have to think of something. But we never really get to the fore part. We're always about, well, let's just self-actualize. That's the most important part. So, but he says, the most meaningful things are the things that are purposeless. The things that, you know, you're not doing it for anything else. You're doing it just to do it. And there's a certain sacrificial quality to it, you know, of taking your prayer, this important time of your day, sometimes the first moments of your day, that could be used for anything else, and you're devoting it towards this thing, right? And this isn't going to make me smarter. This isn't going to, I'm not going to learn how to do something. I'm not going to learn a new language. I'm not going to start work a few hours early. Like, no. I am going to spend this time, you know, talking to God, or, you know, meditating, or just centering yourself on the transcendental, or, you know, however you want to put it, correctly aligning your priorities in life, your attention, you could say. And in a sense, that's not purposeless, but I think in our culture it is, right? It seems so out of left field. And I think I've fallen into that trap a little bit in what I make, because I want to communicate something, right? Sometimes I'm processing stuff out loud with people, but sometimes I'm more in a, you know, in a didactic. I think didactic's the word. Yeah, I'm in like a teaching mood. I want to communicate this thing I've learned, and there's a purpose for that, and I think there is a use for it. But there's something about the creative process of just, you know, exploring and learning. And I'm not trying to teach things to people. I'm trying to just walk you through what I'm going through right now. I think that's going to be the Stoicism video once I make it. I have a script ready for it, and I have the gameplay recorded. I just have to kind of plan out. I want to do some kind of fun stuff. Like I want to go outside and film some pieces and kind of mash together everything I've made into one video and make it good. But I also want to make, you know, smaller things, and I want to make things that don't take a long time. And I'm still processing. Because I want to make good art. I really do. And I try to mean that in the most humble way possible. Or like, I want to get better at this. I want to make something that, you know, I'm proud of, and that people can stumble on and be kind of shocked by. I don't care about the fame, but I think there is a moment of like, I need, you know, it doesn't need to hit with people to a certain extent, even if it's one or two people. Just like, if I can communicate something to them, if I can cause them to think or ask a question, the magic and mind control of art, that I can say something unrelated here and then a thought appears somewhere else. So I don't know what that looks like, and yeah, I think there is an element that ideas from you all are a good thing, right? That I want to hear suggestions, but I can't let that influence what kind of stuff I would make otherwise, you know? It's like this connection, right? Like every relationship is like two doors opening. That's been the image in my head lately. That every relationship is like two hotel rooms that are attached by like the interior door, and each door kind of opens up. But if one door is closed, you know, there's a wall there. But if both doors open, then you can pass through freely through the rooms. And so it's finding those points where we both opened a door and said, oh, we see each other. Like, we can get through. And so I don't know. So I'm trying to find those doors. So if you want to help, feel free to participate with that. I'd love to. Yeah. I'm hoping to do some more like this. I think I'm going to record more Elden Ring gameplay to play in the background. I'm really excited for the DLC and seeing what goes on. But man, I am really thankful for you all. For all of you who've watched and listened to what I've had to say. It really means a lot. And, you know, to know that 500 of you are just going to get this in an inbox on a website somewhere, and, you know, maybe 10% of you click on it, but, and maybe even fewer get this far, but it's still crazy, right? Like, there's some schools that aren't that big. So, thank you for kind of trusting that there's something here. But I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments, because I think this is the best part of E2, is the discussion. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you all, and yeah, please leave a comment below, and enjoy this gameplay. I hope it's not too bad. I don't think I died too many times, but nah. Maybe next time I'll watch it while I talk, and we'll see if I can give any good commentary too. But hey, everyone, have a good day. And hopefully I can post this new video, and if not, you'll get another one of these, or a discussion maybe with someone, I don't know. So, bye-bye.